Well, a horrifying scene inside a church near St. Louis, so unthinkable. Many of the 150 worshipers in the pews say they initially thought it was some kind of skit. Tonight, prosecutors have charged a man with murder and aggravated battery after they say he shot a pastor and stabbed two other men. Police say it happened as Pastor Fred Winters was starting his Sunday sermon at First Baptist Church in Maryville, Illinois. They say 27-year-old Terry Sedlacek walked up to Winters, exchanged words with the pastor, and then opened fire with a pistol. The witnesses there describe Winters using his Bible to actually deflect some of the bullets, spraying pieces of paper into the air, as they describe it, like confetti. In the end, the coroner reports it was one single bullet right through the heart that killed the pastor. But tonight, as church leaders continue to mourn, they say they're also praying for the attacker. But they made it very clear today that theirs is to forgive, and that they and the congregation would be praying for the man accused in this shooting. The church says it's important for followers to be resilient, saying this attack was, and I quote here, from the forces of hell. Tonight we're learning much more about the man who was allegedly behind that attack. This man, including his note apparently left inside his daily planner. Steve Brown live on scene for us tonight. Tell us about that.
We are told that the two words written on yesterday's date in Sedlacek's daily planner were Death Day. When you combine those two words plus what police tell us were the weapons that Sedlacek carried into this church yesterday, a .45 caliber handgun with 30 rounds of ammunition, plus a 4-inch knife, it suggests a level of planning for a level of violence that we have yet to just scratch the surface as to motive. Police say they don't even have one yet.
You know, Steve, there's a report tonight that the suspect may have a mental illness, and there's word of Lyme disease as well.
Yes, Lyme disease, generally speaking, usually exhibits itself in flu-like symptoms, but in severe cases can restrict blood flow to the brain. And already Sedlacek's attorney is using that as an explainer as to yesterday's actions, saying it may have contributed to recent bizarre behavior. But a Yale researcher who's been spending years taking a look at this disease doubts that that could be the cause of the level of violence we saw here yesterday.
Steve Brown, live tonight. Steve, thanks.